What's up guys, my name is Devin and welcome back to another episode of Footballrs. In today's video, we're going to be doing another episode of the What Players Wear on the Field. And today we're going to be talking about Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison. Just in case you guys are new to the series or just need a quick refresher, what we do is we take a player for this episode. It's going to be Jordan Addison. We talk about their gear, head to toe, helmets, cleats, gloves, and everything else. We're going to tell you guys what the gear is, a little bit about it, and where you guys can even buy the stuff for yourself. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys comment who you guys want to see featured next week. We drop these every single Friday, so make sure you guys tune in. Also, I am a little bit under the weather, so if my voice sounds a little bit weird, I'm sorry, but we got to get these videos out. As always, we'll start off up top with the helmet. For this season, Jordan Addison has been rolling with the Riddell Speedflex. Last year, he was rocking the F7, but now he's made the full-time switch to the Speedflex. The Speedflex released in 2014 and has been one of the most popular helmets in football ever since. It has a flex panel on the front of the helmet to absorb impact and is a 5-star rated football helmet. In my opinion, it's still one of the best helmets on the market, and I still prefer it to the brand new Riddell Axiom that released. It's a good looking helmet and it's a good look on Jordan Addison. If you want to grab a Riddell Speedflex for yourself, Green Gridiron has them for about $450. Next up, we got to talk about his face mask. He's rolling with the CU-SF2EG SW-HP face mask. He's the first guy we've covered on this series in this specific face mask, and I'm a huge fan. Over the last year, the popularity of the jagged eye guards has skyrocketed in the NFL. This mask looks regular on the lower half, but then up top you have two sets of jagged eye guards. I personally think it's a pretty good look and suits Addison really well, and I always love the look of eye guards on wide receivers. It's a smooth looking face mask and gives the helmet a clean look and also some pretty good visibility, which is key for a wideout. And if you guys want to grab this exact same face mask, Green Gridiron has them on their website for $300. Also, just something to keep in mind as you guys watch this video, every single product we talk about will be linked down in the description below, so you guys can directly shop Jordan Addison's locker down there. Next up, we got to talk about his visors, and there is a bunch of them. This season, he has pulled out tons and tons of visors, but his game time visor is the Oakley Pro visor in their prism color. You can tell it's the prism by the pinkish tint, which Oakley claims helps reduce the glare of the sun and helps you focus on the football. You can also tell it's the Pro plastic because of how perfectly it fits on the Speedflex. There's little to no gap and it fits on there perfectly with the Under Armour unbranded visor clips. Visors are a great way to get some added eye protection, and they make your helmet setup look 10 times better. If you guys want to get the exact same Oakley Pro visor in their prism, Green Gridiron has them for about $65. For pregame, he's pulled out a bunch of different colors of the Oakley Pro visor. He has worn Oakley's Torch, Black Prism, 24K Gold, and their Sapphire visors. I personally love colored visors. They just look so dope and they make the helmet setups look amazing. Green Gridiron has all these different visors and all these crazy colors for about $85. The next piece to this helmet setup is going to be his chin strap. He's upgraded from the stock chin strap to the Sportstar Victory T-Rex Hurricane chin strap. We talk about Sportstar on here all the time, but that's because they're simply the best in the game. These chin straps are comfortable, look good, and feel good. They are proven to absorb more impact than any other chin strap on the market, so they're a great upgrade to your helmet setup. If you want to grab one for yourself, Green Gridiron has them for about $32 over on their website in a bunch of different colors. Now on top of that, he's been rolling with the Drymax Easy On and Off Chin Saver. Now this is a chin strap sleeve that goes over the chin strap cup and makes the chin strap more comfortable and helps reduce acne. Drymax is also the sponsor for today's video, so here's Tony with some info on Drymax.
Today's video is brought to you by Drymax. Now, if you're familiar with our channel, you've seen Drymax on a ton of guys across the NFL, including CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Ramsey, Justin Herbert, and Jamar Chase. But honestly, we could be here for a really long time if we went through every guy in the NFL that wears Drymax chin savers or their socks. And we actually have videos explaining how the technology works in the Drymax socks and the Drymax chin savers you can check out too. Essentially, Drymax is a company that specializes in moisture transfer and antimicrobial products. They sell the chin saver, which comes in the tube and the easy on and off version with that strip of Velcro, and they sell tons of different sock styles worn by different guys across the league. Here's how it works. The super hydrophobic Drymax fiber layer that rests against your chin is also infused with coupon copper. That copper releases millions of ions, which helps improve your skin's health and appearance. Worn regularly next to your skin, the coupon copper has been proven to improve your skin's elasticity, softness, appearance, tone, and texture. The most important part for me though is the hydrophobic fibers, which pulls all the moisture away from your skin, keeping you dry. This is why the socks are so popular in the league, keeping your feet dry and odor free. Now, if you want to learn more about Drymax socks and their chin saver covers, visit all the links down below where we have links to both of our videos we put out and their website. Again, thanks to Drymax for sponsoring this video. Back to it.
The next piece of this helmet setup is something I don't think we've talked about yet on this series, and that's going to be the Sportstar Flex adapters. Now these are a neat little piece of equipment that you might not notice on the field. These small little pieces replace the ratchet system on the Speedflex with a traditional buckle. There are some folks out there who don't really love the ratchet strap system that Speedflexes have, so this is a really nice alternative. The piece slides into the spot and provides a buckle to snap to instead. It's a minor piece, but we definitely had to include it in today's video. And if you guys want to grab a set for yourself, they're about $15 over on Green Gridiron's website. The last piece of the helmet setup is going to be the mouthguard. This season, Addison has rolled with the VetX Lip Guard mouthguard in 4 different colors: black, white, baby blue, and orange. Vedex lip guards have been a staple in football for decades at this point. They are inexpensive, they come in a ton of colors, and they do the job of a mouth guard. If you guys want to get one of these for yourself, head on over to Amazon. They're about 12 bucks, and like I said, they have tons of colors. Next up, we got to talk about shoulder pads. This season, Addison has been rolling with the X-Tech X2 shoulder pads. X-Techs are super popular in the NFL because guys are able to custom fit the pads to their liking. They are slim and allow for plenty of range of motion, which is important for a wide receiver. These are a really great option for any skill player, but they are a little bit pricey. If you guys want to grab a set, they're going to run you about 600 bucks over on X-Tech's website. With those shoulder pads, he's also rolling with the 5-sided vented backplate. A backplate is a very common accessory for skill players. The X-Tech backplates connect to the X-Tech pads and give some nice lower back protection. If you guys want to get one of these, they're about 75 bucks from X-Tech's website. Next up, we've got a minor arm accessory, an arm sleeve. Jordan Addison has been rolling with the McDavid padded arm sleeve in both purple and white. An arm sleeve is always a clean look, and the hex padding on the elbow is pretty nice as well. Lots of NFL guys wear these sleeves, and if you guys want to get some, there's some on McDavid's website. Up next, we got to talk about one of my favorite accessories, football gloves. The pair he's worn most of this season is the Adidas Adizero 6.0. He has worn them this season in white and purple, and then black and white. Now, the Adizero 6 is a major throwback glove, but seems to be a favorite among Adidas athletes. I remember Juju would only wear these, and honestly, the 6.0 is my favorite Adidas glove as well. They have such a lightweight feel on hand, and the strap going over the back gives it a nice feel. Personally, I'm a huge fan of these gloves. I think these are the best gloves that Adidas ever made. If you guys want to get some, you're going to have to head on over to eBay. The next pair he's worn this season is the Nike VaporJet 8.0 in purple and white. Now, it's very strange for a guy to wear two different brands during the season, but there is a story behind it, which we'll get into when we talk about the cleats. But the VaporJet 8 is an excellent option for any skill guy out there. They fit tight, they have excellent ball feel, and the MagnaGrip Plus is one of the tackiest palms in the game. They come in a bunch of different colorways, and they are available from Dick's Sporting Goods for about 50 bucks. The other pair of Nike gloves he's worn this season is the Nike VaporJet 7.0, and he wore these in the white-gray Crucial Catch colorway. Now, the Nike VaporJet 7 is obviously the version before the VaporJet 8, and another good pair of skill gloves from Nike. They have a good fit, they're comfortable, and they have sticky palms. They are just a good pair of skill gloves, and just like the VaporJet 8s, they're available from Dick's Sporting Goods for 50 bucks. Now, it's finally time to talk about the cleats. Jordan Addison began the season wearing the Adidas Adizero 12.0 and wore them in two colorways, white and purple, and all black. The Adidas Adizero 12.0 is one of the newer Adizero cleats from Adidas, and their lightweight skill option. These cleats have an updated traction plate with sharp diamond studs all throughout. You can get these cleats from Dick's Sporting Goods for about 130 bucks. They do have some pairs that are like super cheap right now as well, so maybe you guys might find that as well. So here's a little bit of the story of why Jordan Addison has worn both Adidas and Nike stuff this season. When the season first began, Jordan Addison was an Adidas athlete and wore both their cleats and gloves. At some point, Addison suffered a foot injury and the Adidas cleats no longer worked for him. They didn't have enough room for him in the cleats, and Adidas was unable to make any changes for him. Addison was forced to wear the Nikes that we'll talk about next. Those Nikes that he's been wearing are the Nike Vapor Edge 360 Speed 2. So as I mentioned, Addison was an Adidas athlete until he ran into some issues in their cleats. To try and preserve their deal and play in a comfortable cleat for him, he opted to wear the Nike Vapor Edge 360 Speed 2s in a totally black, unbranded colorway with a tape job over them so people couldn't really tell what they were. Unfortunately, Adidas didn't like seeing this, so it looks like their deal has been terminated. A couple weeks back, he started wearing Nike gloves and cleats with the logo exposed, so I believe that marks the end of Jordan Addison and Adidas. But back to the Nike cleats. Back when he was still trying to please the guys over at Adidas, he wore two pairs of customs inspired by the Adidas AE1 basketball shoes. One pair was white, black, and green, and then the other pair was white and purple. This was extremely cool to see as both guys are star athletes in Minnesota. This felt like such a cool collab. The next pair of customs he wore was inspired by the Kobe 8 purple gradient. Now, this was the first time he was just straight up wearing Nike cleats with the logo exposed, and they were a nice pair of customs. Can't go wrong with some Kobe's. Now, the final pair of customs is the pair he wore last week, some customs inspired by the Harden 7 basketball shoe. Now, these are an Adidas shoe that we haven't seen on the gridiron yet. It's a bit strange to see an Adidas custom on top of a Nike football cleat, but it's still a pretty cool idea regardless. Now, as far as the relationship between Adidas and Jordan Addison, who knows what's really happening? Obviously, the Adidas cleats didn't work for him, so he was forced to wear Nikes, but then he started putting Adidas customs on top, so I'm not sure what the relationship is. I guess we'll see in the next couple weeks what kind of cleats he wears and what logos he's wearing on his feet. There you guys have it. There's Jordan Addison's game day gear head to toe. We got some cool gear in there, a couple different brands. We'll see what comes of that. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to like the video, comment who you guys want to see featured next Friday, and make sure you guys subscribe for more videos just like this one. My name is Devin, and thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Footballrs.